Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us after lunch break. I know that this is the toughest session of all of them, so thank you for making the effort of showing up. So I will start by introducing this amazing lineup of panelists that we have today. So this is a brand new panel for us. It's the first year that we host a destination panel, and we brought to you the best of the best, in my opinion, of each destination. I will start from Eva from Denmark Marine, representing for us today Croatia and especially the luxury segment in Croatia. Kate from Le Boat, representing inland charter in Europe, everywhere. And then I have Pinar, tech guru, converted charter operator, the most amazing numbers we have seen in Turkey in the past few years, and Martina joining us from Arcon Yachting in Greece, exceptional numbers and skyrocketing growth also in their market. So we will not talk about charter in the strict sense as we did in the panels for charter operator and agencies, but about destination. So since we have quite a lot of slides, let's start. So first segment is about marketing, identity, and positioning. So let's start. Okay, what misconception do brokers or operators most commonly have about your region, and what's the reality? And I would like to start with Kate about this because yours is the least known of all of you panelists. So please start.
No, thank you, and it's great to be here. This is Le Boat's first time at the Booking Manager Summit, and we're delighted to be here with you all. So I guess the biggest misconception is that a lot of brokers and a lot of customers think that you need a license to go on one of our holidays. We have 33 locations across Europe, so that's France, Germany, Holland, Italy. We're also in England, Scotland, Ireland, and Canada. And you don't need a license unless you're cruising in Germany. And so, that's the biggest misconception. And that's my, biggest opportunity because we know that as customers develop through their cruising life on vacation, there comes a point where they might be cruising three-generational, or they might decide that actually, taking control of a sailboat or their own powerboat at sea, is quite tiring. And maybe the slower pace of life on the waterways is now, their time to explore. And I think, we are, leading when it comes to sort of breaking down that barrier.
I think also the big misconception is that it's a senior kind of cruise, while it's also a family friendly or a group of friends.
Absolutely. And I think the biggest opportunity that any charterer has with us is that we lend ourselves to a premium audience because of the boats that we have on the waterways. I think sometimes customers think of an inland waterway boat that is quite old, but our new product is as young as 1 year old. So really leading in terms of product design and innovation, home from home experience. Also families, get the opportunity, to be able to cycle along the waterways whilst the boat is cruising because of the speed of which our boats cruise. The maximum they are traveling at any given time is about 7 to 8 knots. So you can appreciate. And, that is a great, all-round holiday experience. Everybody's involved, going through the locks, your children, your parents, the grandparents, all can get involved. But it's also a great product for groups of friends to come together, wine tasting, visiting chateaus, castles, and really getting to explore destinations that you can't necessarily get to by road or by RV, and really getting off the beaten track.
Eva, it is hard now to be the next one to speak, yeah? So let's do the biggest jump from inland waterways to luxury segment, especially in Croatia.
It is a big jump. Is this working? Yeah, okay. So Croatia in general is well known in comparison to river charters, perhaps for most of the auditorium is something new. The misconception which I meet the most is probably that Croatia is overcrowded during the season. And it is in some places, but there are definitely places, especially in the north or on the islands, national parks, where it's not. So you can still, even in the high season, you can definitely find places which are quite private, the bays, the caves, of course, national parks are quite wide. There are a lot of islands, and definitely that would be something which I would point out. The second one for Croatia is, I'd say that there is no party there. So people who like to, especially the younger ones, looking for Ibiza style, they would not find it in Croatia in that amount. But again, we have Hvar, we have Dubrovnik, so Split is a big point. Therefore, it's knowing where you want to go, and and of course that would be a second one.
And can I ask you, what's the biggest misconception in the luxury segment, in your opinion?
That there is no luxury. so, so the biggest misconception is that Croatia is more about sailing, bareboat. Luxury is there, but it's developing. And it's true. So, for instance, in comparison even to Greece, we do have less of those yachts. In comparison to France, we do not have that amount of mega and super yachts as they do. We're not known, we're not Saint-Tropez known, let's say, destination, but we do have very, very qualitative both charters, yachts, crew, which are there and which definitely is on the very, very high standards in terms of luxury yachting.
And then let's go back to more traditional destination charter. Pinar.
So we're a classical charter company, which offers bareboat and nowadays also crude with like 20 boats, combination of monohulls and catamarans. I think the biggest misconception that is happening is that Turkey is a complex and less premium destination for the agents, I think, and we hear that it's difficult to increase demand to Turkey for probably two main reasons, which is prices, inflation, and also the perception of Turkey in especially European countries. And we would like to see this broken, this misconception, that it's difficult to increase demand, because once the clients come and they experience the waters, the Turkish Riviera, the hospitality, and everything that they experience, they're very, very happy.
What about Greece, Martina?
I think that the main misconception is that they think that we have the strong Meltemi. I know it's there, everyone knows it, but it's not, such a huge thing that everyone is thinking about it. And we have the means, to predict it. They know it when it comes, or how to go to safer places to hide from the Meltemi. And it's not something that you cannot, sail with or to avoid it.
But also, can we say that Greece is not only Mykonos and Santorini?
No, it's not. We have beautiful places in Dodecanese, more historical, more cultural, more virgin, let's say, places still there, that they are there. They are waiting for everyone to enjoy it, to see it, it's not only party, it's also the other side of Greece, that everyone needs to have that experience and to see it.
Fantastic. Next question. What's the ideal customer profile and what's the worst customer that you could get? Eva, please open this one.
Well, this one would highly depend if I'm talking for the destination. That depends if that's a bareboat charter or a crude one. So for the bareboat, I'd say that could be even younger people, starting from 25 to let's say 50. looking for a balance between more active leisure time on the boat and quiet time. I'd say that the perfect customer would probably enjoy some activities like water sports, exploring the history of the coast, and also in general exploring the shore. Because there is a lot to see, like wineries, food, and everything that should all be included there for people who are liking condensed experiences in a short period of time. And in regards to luxury, those people would usually be a bit older in my experience. So starting from, let's say, 35, 40 and up to 65. And they would normally be family people or a group of friends who are, again, enjoying the same as, let's say, the younger generation. So I would say the worst one would be looking just for parties. So that's that definitely, you can find that in Croatia, but it's not a destination only for that. So that would be probably the worst one.
For a second, I thought when you started, the worst would be the one looking for P. I thought you were going to say price.
Price. Oh, price. Yes, let's talk about the price.
That's for after. Let the others discuss prices.
Okay.
Kate, what's your ideal customer?
Well, do you know, it's interesting because we're very similar, I think,
We are.
in terms of the ideal customer. And certainly for me, what we see, throughout our season, across all of our destinations, are those who are wanting to enjoy great food, wineries, those individuals who are really, really wanting to explore the destination that they've traveled to, those individuals who just really want to just, disconnect, immerse themselves with nature, have that waterside view, but really enjoy the outdoors and really enjoy, having their holiday on their time. Our holidays are do-it-yourself. You have to provision for yourself. You have to cook for yourself. You have to organize, sort of what you want to do each day with a balance of going to great restaurants, going to the local market, and, really investing in the destination that you've gone to. Similar, I think the worst customer for us would be somebody who wants a party because, our locations are not that sense at all. And I think, a customer who typically might get us confused with a river cruise. We are not a business whereby you can go and book a cabin and everything is taken care of. This is choosing your own boat to suit your own budget, to suit your standard, whether that's luxury, premium, comfort, budget. But, you're wanting an adventure.
Pinar.
When listening to these nice ladies, it sounds like when describing the perfect customer, it's like a perfect sales pitch as to why you should go for a sailing holiday. When I asked this question to Özgür, my husband, he said, the perfect customer are those who know how to sail.
I'm not surprised by this answer at all.
We don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm going to echo everyone here. Perfect customers are those who enjoy nature, culture, great food, great scenery, lifestyle on a boat, etc. And yeah, the less perfect customers are those who are looking for a party scene every night.
Martina, anything to add?
I don't think I have to add anything about the ideal customer, just only on the worst customer, besides what they already have said, that it's the one that is less informed, that knows nothing, or he does not know what to expect, and he's over-expecting something about the sailing and the experience that they are gonna deal with.
Fantastic. Let's jump to the next section, and that would be on booking trends. So my first question is, How is your charter mix changed over the past 3 to 5 years? Has it changed in nationalities you see on board, younger clients, older clients, more of a repeater clients? What's the mix? And Martina, please start for once.
Definitely, we are seeing the change the past like 3-5 years. For example, regarding the countries that they are visiting Greece, more and more people, especially from Germany and Austria, they keep coming in Greece, and we see a huge increase on that. And regarding the age, that's a good thing that younger people are joining the sailing, and they want to have that experience. And not only, the people that they are older and they have the license for like so many years and they sail just once or two per year, but also the families, and we're really happy about that more families are keep coming. And yeah, that's a change that we are seeing, especially in Greece.
Pinar.
So for Turkey, with the sanctions, I think the most impactful change was that our predominant customer base is Russian clients. So because they hardly can go anywhere else, they sell a lot in Turkey. So that's number one. Second one is we see more people coming from Eastern Europe, and also younger people who used to travel or sail with their families. They want to sail with their friends, and definitely non-sailors who are looking for more luxury, more like as if they're coming to a resort, bigger catamarans and service, all of that.
So after this, I have to ask Eva, talking about larger catamarans, more luxury, what's your charter mix now?
Yeah, so I did not notice that the charter mix has changed a lot during the last 5 years, except for we lost the Russians, which went to Turkey, and obviously Ukrainians. That was the most vivid one. Perhaps I could say that there are a little bit more Americans coming. So the American population is still exploring. So it's still something new for them. And obviously America is a big country, therefore there are a lot of them who are still, where Croatia is still on their bucket list, let's say. Therefore, yes, we had quite a number of Americans during the last years.
And what about your charter mix? We don't know much about your charter mix.
So I'll step back, I guess, because we had huge success during COVID because of the staycation market. So our product absolutely lent itself to customers who could only travel within their own country. You could bubble on your own boat. So we had a huge boom in that sense. And I guess we thought that would, taper off, but it hasn't. That staycation market has grown. It's gone from strength to strength. And our short break market also has gone from strength to strength. So customers wanting to do, Friday to Monday trips, midweek Monday to Friday trips. So that sort of shorter duration. But also we too are seeing that long haul market boom, still on the bucket list, to cruise, on the Canal du Midi in the south of France, to cruise on the Thames and go past Windsor Castle. That long haul market will continue, we believe, to grow. And therefore, I think we've got the best of both worlds, dare I say it, staycation as well as, international travel.
I don't know how about you, but Kate is totally selling it to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're all gonna be your customers next season, actually. Next question. Are charters in your destination more price sensitive or experience sensitive? And please focus on the experience part, not on the price part. No, I'm joking. Eva.
Okay, so I would say for Croatia it's both. Again, bareboat luxury. Let's divide a bit. So in bareboats, because Croatia has a high saturation of yachts in general, obviously it's very price sensitive. So people who have a lot to choose from, they are looking at the base price. In regards to luxury yachts, mega yachts, super yachts, it's definitely experience. So that's probably as easy as that. And something in the middle could be both. So perhaps a range of catamarans 45 to 70 feet, 60 feet, where perhaps the captain is optional, let's say up to 55. then it's both the price and the experience which they're getting together with it, because experience is a crew is a big part of an experience actually. So then you're looking at the crew also.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but my feeling is that in the luxury segment, it went from more being about the exclusivity and the feeling of being on a privileged position to more really the experience focus, like something never done before. So it's it has never been the price the main point, but it's more not about the prestige of being on a luxury yacht. It's about the uniqueness of the experience that you can get on a luxury yacht.
Yes, definitely. So again, you have to pitch them the itinerary, the crew, the service that the crew is providing. So only one chef, which has worked in the Michelin star hotel, can sell the whole charter in that case.
I will skip to Pinar. What about Turkey?
Well, Turkey, definitely the price. Because currently we don't have that luxury of selling, comparing the results of experience selling, because of the reasons I mentioned, of the perception of the country and inflation, etc. So price is very, very important. Very boring, but yeah.
But
that's my answer.
unfortunately, it has been like this for quite a while in Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot about the pricing in different panels here, also in the tech panel and also yesterday's panel. I mean, it's a doom scenario. I mean, you can't keep, the trend is everybody follows everybody watches each other's pricing, and they won't publish until the competitors publish, which is, I think, a big mistake. But, just price dropping and giving all those discounts just to sell, I think that's not very smart, but it's happening.
Martina, how about Chris?
It's actually a combination of experience and pricing, but also because the competition is really high, it's not so much about the price, because they are willing to pay a little bit more if they have the experience, if they have the service, and so if they have everything, they will pay because they want to go. So they will pay a few extra, so they will have something else, better service or higher experience, or what you are offering to them.
And what is happening in the Inland Charter?
So I guess we're slightly different in our category because there are fewer charter operators and all very much having their place in the market because we all have differentiators. And therefore the customer, in my view, very much is looking for that experience-led option. But then price is important based on what's important to them. So, from an experience point of view, they want to know, is it based on the destination and what they can experience and the places they want to go, or do they have a desire to really sort of, maximize their cruising time on the waterways? So their experience sensitivity drives their choice. When it comes to price, it's more about, the type of boat in which they can charter based on, their requirements on board. So the more premium the boat, the more expensive it will become. But I guess we have boats to suit all budgets, and therefore then we can, be sensitive to the price, that they have within their budget.
To give a bit of context to the one that are less familiar with Inland Charter, correct me if I'm wrong, we're talking about 4 main operators, at least in Europe.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
there are only 4 of us.
To give you a proportion of,
yeah.
compared to what it happens in, what's for us regular charters.
Exactly.
So it's completely different situation. Okay, let's go to the next question. Now we switch to the next segment, value perception. And my first question would be, what add-ons, extras is the best one to convert for you in your destination? Martina, please start.
For sure, it's the extras that will be on board, like the water toys or the paddle boards and everything that younger, older people, everyone can enjoy. The service that you will offer to the client as the extras, even if it's just a transfer from the airport to the marina, or the recommendation about wine tasting, go to a different island. And of course, the service that the crew will offer on board, like from the skipper or from the hostess and the chef and all of this, it's the combination of all of them.
Pinar.
I think the destination itself comes first, and the experiences of the guests. Turkish hospitality is very welcoming, so it leaves guests with really great sentiment at the end of it. And I agree with you with everything extra that you give is an add-on, but to add value to the destination is the local experiences. And I think what a charter company can do to enable the clients to experience it is to not just give them the boat and give them the itinerary and say go, but during the week be in touch with them to help them to really organize things so that they can experience the local goodness.
As a local.
Yeah, and organize things for them.
And Eva, especially in the luxury segment, is there extras that are like the highest in demand? Because of course, a skipper will come with the boat, and hostess, a chef, depending on the level of the boat. But is there something that really makes a difference on the boat, in particular in the luxury segment?
Yes, so in the luxury sector, definitely a lot is already included. So water toys are included. Depending how far do we go in the luxury sector, that's
You're the
usually how
expert.
much. That's usually how much is included. However, in our, let's say, lowest part of the super yachts, we still find that many charters do Saturdays. Some do the check-ins on the evenings, classically 5 o'clock, checkouts 9. So those clients do appreciate flexibility when they're already booking a yacht, which is 50K plus. They're expecting that you can pick them up on the islands. You can check them in when it's comfortable for them, so they don't sit in the marina for hours. And I think that that our charters who are operating those larger yachts, they are definitely adjusting, and many are already offering 12-12, for instance, which is a classically super yacht sector check-ins with the one-day technical stop period for the crew to rest and for guests to actually have the full day, let's say. Yes, they are appreciating flexibility in any way. And the second one would be probably the provisioning. So provisioning where you can get them something which is usually not common in that area. If they want specific cheese, wine, whatever, for that exact charter, you have to be able to get them that. Yeah.
And would you, my first guess would be the bike is the most sold.
It is. We're the biggest bike hire company in Europe because one of the beauties is being able to cycle along the towpath following your boat. And, that's great for families, it's great for groups, it's great for couples. Being able to cycle into the local village to get your croissants or to provision for lunch, go to the local market, that is one of the biggest experiences. But that said, because of the flexibility that we like to give customers, early and late checkout is really important. For customers who have experienced our product before, they just want to get on the boat as quickly as they can to be able to get on the water as quickly as they can. And, for our long-haul guests, typically, they're flying overnight back to their destination, therefore a late checkout is really important. But that said, stand-up paddle boards are really, really popular because you can paddle behind the boat at almost the same pace as the cruiser is traveling. So, for us, those add-ons, it really make the experience. We're not just selling, a charter, holiday. We're selling the whole immersive experience as the destination.
And you have swimming pools also as extras, or
No,
We're all
that's not
going.
us.
No, we
going.
do-
Yeah,
We're not a
yeah.
swimming pool on my boat, sadly.
No swimming pool on
No,
your
or
boat.
jacuzzis. But maybe that might come
That
in
would be
innovation.
Eva. That would be Eva. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you sign us. We're all coming.
Great.
Next question. Which destination you consider to be your competitor? Please, Pinar. Sitting on your left, I would assume.
And right, I think.
And right.
So, in terms of destination, Greek islands is the biggest and most direct competitor for us. I think the country is doing an excellent job in tourism branding, which is what I think we lack. In terms of controlled and managed regulations, I think Croatia is our biggest competitor because they're very well organized and control things.
Please, Martina, reply to your neighbor.
I would say that our biggest competitor would be Croatia, because in Greece, to come to the islands, you need the flights, you need the transportation, you need like everything. But in Croatia, especially from the whole Europe, even they can drive and go there. So I think that's a big factor that about the competition. And if I would speak in between Greece, I would say Kyklades, because even some islands have their own, brand awareness just for the name. So they just said by the name. If I want to compare the Decanis, for example, with Kyklades or different destinations.
And Eva, does Croatia really have a competitor?
Oh, definitely, of course. Both Greece and Turkey are. In terms of luxury sector, I would say that Italy and France would be the biggest competitors.
Thank you, because the Italian in me was dying. That none of you mentioned my beloved home country. I was dying. Thank you, Eva.
We also have a base in Italy as well.
Yes, Chioggia, right?
That's right, in Venice.
I did my homeworks. Please tell us about your destination, because we don't know much about it.
So, our destinations are across Europe, and I guess, all of the destinations that my lovely fellow panelists are based in are sort of competitors. But I guess for me, I'm going to give a slightly different lens to the question in the fact that, the biggest competitive is my own country that we operate in, because we all have a commitment to introduce people into boating and, giving, new to boating customers the opportunity to experience our holidays, our charters, I think is a competitive landscape that we need to be able to tap into. You don't need any experience to go on my holiday. So if you're thinking of hiring a gîte in France or an Airbnb in Germany or Italy, why would you not consider hiring your own boat where you don't need experience and see the local destination as well? So, I think that is also a competitive landscape that we need to keep a close eye on.
I would argue that on Eva's segment also you don't need experience.
Exactly.
True that.
I would like to jump to the next segment, which is selling the experience. So my first question would be, what itinerary or experience absolutely sells the destination better than any picture, brochure, or anything marketing can do? Eva, please start.
I wanted to hear Greece first.
Okay, then Martina, you start.
Thank you. But they sell better than the brochure. Yeah.
What is, in your experience, is there an experience or an itinerary that when you explain it to a client sells it for them?
Yeah, if we speak about Simi, the island of Simi, and we show them the pictures and all the lagoons and everything that they're around, or if we go like to the north and we speak about the natural swimming pool of Lipsi and Arki and everything that we have there, and we just speak about them and we show them a few pictures and they are convinced. Like, they want to stay there, they want to go. Not even for party, but for the destination, for the islands, for the experience, for the natural habitat that they see around, and the close distances that every 2 or 3 hours they would be in another island.
My colleague Lorena and I already booked our flights to Greece, by the way. Pinar.
So we love Simi, especially Fedi. We spent a lot of time there last year. I think sailing on the Turkish side of the agency is a very beautiful experience. Our winds are a little bit more friendly, if you like, so that really helps. There's a saying: there's world waters and there's Göcek waters, which is an area where it provides you excellent winds for sailing, but you don't have to battle the waves. So sailing in Turkish Riviera and culture, hospitality, very cliche, but that's it.
For me, it's food and hospitality that would sell
Yeah.
Turkey absolutely in a
Yeah.
second. Eva.
Okay. Well, we do have very good competitors on that side. In terms of Croatia, whenever you say that Croatia has over 1,000 islands, it's a big selling point, of course. So the island hopping, which actually gives you the opportunity to go from one island to another in a very, very short period of time, is a big, big plus, especially for those who are afraid of seasicknesses, long distance transfers, and the one-way charters I found are a big sales point. So telling the clients that they can in 1 week visit both Split, Hvar, islands in between, the Blue Caves, end up in Dubrovnik or even maybe Montenegro is something that really sells it and gives the clients a feeling that although they are not making big leaps during the day, so they're not actually spending their time just motoring from one point to another or sailing. They're seeing a lot, they're experiencing a lot, they have a good balance of party, history, food, and sightseeing. That's what sells for us.
And my curiosity is, in the luxury segment, do you think it's the experience or the destination that people actually book into?
Well, both, definitely. Definitely, one doesn't go without another, yeah.
Kate, what about your segment?
So the Canal du Midi in the south of France celebrates a special anniversary next year, being awarded the world's UNESCO Area of Beauty. So why wouldn't you want to cruise that region? Why wouldn't you want to cruise the wonderful castles of Carcassonne, experience some of the best wine region and Michelin star restaurants? I think for me that is just such a unique opportunity.
I think the tourism board should contact you and get insights from you, honestly.
Definitely.
You sold all of us, we're coming. Okay, and this is question is one that I actually like. I mean, I like all of them, but this one in particular, sorry. But yes, this is thinking of you, Bora. What are brokers not doing today that would dramatically improve the conversion in your region? Not that brokers are doing a bad job before I get blasted here, is what they could do better. Pinar, please.
Right, so I explained the difficulties or the challenges Turkey is facing. And we talk a lot to brokers, and it would be really good if brokers would sell Turkey as a top choice rather than alternative to other destinations. And it may be challenging, we understand, but really once the clients are there, they're really happy. So that would be an excellent improvement for us.
Martina.
I would say not to try to sell the boat, the yacht, the Bavaria or the lagoon, but sell the experience to the clients. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that I can mention about them.
I think that's actually very relevant, Eva. I don't know what's your input on this in general for the charter business.
Yes, in general. So in regards to our luxury yachts, you definitely also sell the boat. So there is a difference. But in terms of destination, I'd say that many agents are not making a big point of what I just talked about. So the shortage of in between the islands, of nautical miles in between the islands. And stating that basically every day in Croatia can be different. So every morning they can wake up in a different place and experience the day in a very, very different way throughout the week. So that's something which I don't see very often brokers promoting.
Well, you traditionally have, Kate, few brokers that are specialized in the river, but you now, thanks to MMK, sorry, have to do this. You're now open yourself to everybody. So what they should know, rather than, you know, they're not doing it today because they don't know you. So what they should know about your destination and the type of charter you have.
Yeah, and I think similar to the response here is build the inland waterway product into the talk tracks within your sales teams, and start positioning inland waterway charters as a product offering. And no experience is required, but actually 50% of our customers actually do have a license, because they prefer to have sort of little stress, and really understand that this is a proposition that really suits and complements your existing product portfolio. It offers another destination mix, it offers different boat type mix, and could open up to a new source market as well, given the long haul interest that we have, and the staycation interest that we have as well.
Can I add something?
Absolutely.
Because just to be fair, I mean, from our experience with all the brokers that we have been building or trying to build a relationship with, they're all very aware and focused on not just selling boats, except for maybe, it's different maybe for big platforms, but, they're very focused on finding those companies who do deliver quality service. I think they're very successful in picking those companies, charter operators, and bringing them forward in their conversations. And as I said, the thing they could do would be to sell, for example, Turkey as a top choice and not as a secondary alternative. And what we can do, and what we're doing as charter operators to help them, is we organize meetings with them online with their teams, because not all their teams are here that they can talk to us, and not all the teams can come and experience it for themselves. And we do trainings where we tell them about our destination, about our service, the things that we offer, and they are all the things that are normal to us because this is our daily life. But it's really, I see that awareness happening when we give that training, that all the sales agents in the brokers teams are like, they didn't know. So, and you can't reach each one of them, but it's really useful to do those trainings.
So we will have only a few minutes left, so I would like to jump quickly to the industry challenges and go very fast through this one. You will forgive me for skipping the sustainability question, but I want to actually go to the next one. I have two questions that I want to ask. One is the trend. So what's one trend in global yacht charter market that your destination is preparing for, but that others are overlooking? And can I please start with you, Eva, with the luxury segment?
That's a tricky one. The global trend is definitely for larger yachts. That's what I'm seeing. So the smaller ones are, again, in Croatia, oversaturated. People are preferring more comfort. So definitely, I see that marinas are making place for not only more yachts, but also for larger yachts. And it's not about sustainability, right?
No. We skipped that one. I'm sorry if the sustainability speaker is in the audience. Hi. Shame on me. That's on me. Sorry. Please, Eva.
Yes. So in general, Croatia is quite well already prepared for lots of tourists and lots of boats, but it's not enough yet. So therefore, I see that in comparison to some other countries where I know that Greece is now building lots of new marinas, Croatia already has it. We already have good transfers. We already have good airports, Therefore, in general, we are ready for more. However, we're having a small decline in charter market in Croatia. Therefore, let's see how it goes in the future and if we do have to prepare for anything.
Pinar.
Right, so marina is a big problem in Turkey, and the costs of marina are crazy. But anyway, developments that we're preparing for are, as I said before, the non-sailor segment, who are preferring bigger catamarans, more curated experiences, more comfort. And I think we talked a lot about it in all the sessions about experience offerings. I think Turkey is just starting to think about this, and there's an opportunity there.
Martina?
I have to agree here about the non-sailors, about the huge demand now on the catamarans that they're looking for because they want the comfort and the experience and they do not care, let's say, so much about the sailing, but they want to experience the whole package of like being on a catamaran or a big monohull and have the experience of that. Yeah, so that's what we're preparing also for.
And Kate, I will twist the question slightly for you. Is there any trend that you see in sea charter, like what for us is regular charter, that you think it's coming your way or the other way around, or any trend that you think will change your market?
Yeah, I think there is a natural progression of traditional yacht charterers and catamaran charterers who decide that actually that type of holiday is just too challenging. And we're seeing more and more of those customers pivot to our type of holiday. We're also seeing a real demand for new to boaters because this is a perfect way to experience life on board a boat just for the weekend, to sort of test the water before they commit to perhaps a longer duration. And the biggest trend we're seeing is AI for us. And
Really?
I think that the shift in customer behavior and how they're finding, a different way to holiday is certainly something that, we are positioning ourselves to take advantage of. And I think, the reputation management, our reviews, how we surface that information, so that, it's really, really providing, that social proofing in the market that customers now across all demographics are relying on.
Thank you so much. Lorena, do we have time for questions? We don't. Thank you so much for joining us on stage.
Thank you. Thank you for this.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.